I have something to confess. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Tell me, are you? Well, the thing is, I said the thing is that I have ADHD and I have autism. And that means basically what ADHD means is. Are you guys ready? Okay, I'm sorry. So ADHD means that you can't sit still. You're always moving, you're always doing something. You can't focus on one thing. You focus on multiple things, you know? So I'm gonna say it like that. So autism is where you think about everything. So for example, you think water, I think, well, what is with these examples? That's a bad example. Okay, so basically, let's say you see something and I see the same thing. You probably just see it as it is, and that's it. Well, I see it. I think who made it? Why did they make it? Why did they choose to make it like that? And why is it like this? I question everything, and it's not necessarily good. Because when I question all those things, I think everybody has answers, and they don't. So whenever they would give me an answer, is I just and they give me the answer. I ask the same question, expecting a different answer. But they won't. That's not how life is apparently, and I didn't know that. So so basically, it's not autism is not for making relations. ADHD, well, people like people with ADHD, but I have both components. So, yay. But hey, I'm funny, ain't I? I don't know, man. But basically, ADHD is that you focus at more things at once. Like McDonald's, working at McDonald's would be perfect because it's fast paced. You don't have that thinking room. Like for example, waiting at the bus, and you like just sit and wait or stand and wait. I can't do that. I can't just stand and wait or like sit and wait. That's not for me. That's why I'm like that weirdo at the train or the bus stop, just like dancing on her own and like, vibing to some Cardi B, like, ha. But yeah, so basically, that's not idealistic for people. They just think you're a weirdo and they like back away from you slowly. But I'm like, hey. But yeah. So that's you can't focus on one thing, you focus on multiple things. And when you're talking to somebody, for example, my ex, when I would talk to him, he's really passionate about history, for example. That is an example. He's passionate about history. And whenever he would talk about that, my mind would go into meh mode, which is what I call like you looking outside the window and like somebody talking to you, and you're looking at them and you're going, yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah. Mm? But in your mind, a bird just flew by, and then you're thinking about the sunset and like the blank space of the sunset, and you're just going, cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. You know that bird sound? Yeah, that's when he would talk about history. My mind would just go like that. I didn't even I didn't even mean to do it on purpose. But that's just what my mind does when you have ADHD. So, yeah. Better focusing on stuff you don't find interesting, and the stuff you do find interesting, you focus on it too much. For example, me making music, I rap, I make music. When I make music, I'm in my zone, I'm in my like space, the headspace for it. I make it. I'm at that thing for like 6, 7, 8 hours, and I'm just going. Like not maybe not that long, maybe like 4 or 5 hours. Three, yeah, maybe like that. Yeah, 4 or 5 hours. I'm going at it, I forget all my basic needs, like going to the bathroom, like peeing, like making food. I forget all of that because I'm focusing. Like, I'm focusing. And if somebody comes in my, like, space and, like, my focusness and try and unfocus me, I get unfucked. I get mad, basically. I get mad. I get mad. I'm like, I become this rude old lady where I'm like, what do you want? And they're just like what? I'm just like, what do you want? You know, because they're taking me out of my focusness. They're taking me out of my space. My when I'm focused, I'm focused. Like, if you try and, like, take me out of my mood or, like, my focusedness and stuff like that, you try to take me out of it, I'ma get pissed at you, cause then I get distracted at something else. And if I get distracted at something else, then I forget what I was doing in the first place. So yeah, that's not good for relationship either. Cause I become this rude old lady that's just like, and they're just like, what happened? And I'm like, I was focusing, and they're like, well, aren't I more important? And I'm like, yes, but this is important to me too, and I can't focus on both things. Cause then I forget the thing I was doing in the first place. And people have a hard time understanding that because they don't have it, but they think they have it because it's similar to a lot of things. You know, it's like ADHD is like similar to, like, you know, but the thing that differentiates it is that it's every day. It's every day you have it like this. It's not just sometimes or like. And I unfortunately have a, like, what is it called, like, if you have the spectrum, and this is like normal, if you would call it, and this is ADHD, and like this is the ADHD in its most form, and this is like ADHD, like I have it at its most form, so it's not really easy for everyday life, but hey, I managed. That's it. My life is basically I manage. So, like, if you understood what was going up here, I'm just saying, yeah. It's not easy, but I love my ADHD. It's who I am. You know, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change my autism either. I wouldn't change it because I think it's healthy to question a lot of things. You know, that's why I like learning. I like knowing stuff. I like learning about stuff. And I think autism is a part of what makes me interested in learning. Maybe learning too much because I obsess too much and I want to learn everything about that thing, you know. And if I don't get to learn everything about that thing, then I will research till the end of days to that thing. Like, it's been like, if, yeah, my ex, if it was like him and he told me a thing I didn't know, he would explain it to me, like, basically explain it to me. But I wouldn't feel like it was enough because, again, I want to know everything, like Wikipedia, like everything, the whole page, and the page after that, and the like, I want to know everything. So I spent like 2 hours trying to research that one word he gave me, and then I wanted to know the origin behind it, why they made this, and the history behind it, and all of this, and all of this, and all of this. Like, this is not good for a relationship, by the way, so I would like research that to the end of days, and he would just be like, "Are you done? Are you done?" And I would be like, you know, yes, I would be like, yes, but my mind would still be obsessing over that thing. So it's not easy to like just go from it to another thing. You can't just go from one subject to another subject because your mind is not that quick to like transform. If you would say, it's not that quick to transform from one area to another area, or from one thing to another thing, from one subject to another subject. You have a harder time doing that when you have autism. So yeah, so it's not easy, man. It's really not that easy, cause yeah, it's not easy. But I try and do my best, and I love who I am, and I love myself, even though that gets hard sometimes. You know, people with these things, they are different than other people. We are different, but that's why we actually don't care about fitting in. Because we've been trying that our whole life and we don't fit in. We don't. So we don't care about being different either. So if I wear pajamas in school and people be like, why you wearing that? I'd be like, I wanted to. And they'd be like, you're weird. I'd be like, yes. Yes. What more? I don't care about being different because I've been different my whole life. So if somebody wants to say something about me, something what I do, something how I am, how I act, what I do to act, like I don't care, cause I've been different my whole life. So they can really say something to me I haven't heard. So it's not new to me. If they want to say something about my behavior, it's not new to me. They can say whatever. I'll be like, yes, I know. Okay, yes, sure, I know. I'm different. Fuck you. Fuck this. Okay, I wouldn't say fuck this, fuck you, I'm actually a pretty nice person and really decent. I would say myself. But this is it for now. So, yes, thank you for tuning in and deal with my weirdness because that's just how I am. Okay? So, peace, love, and see ya.